So I keep seeing this wild claim online. Get your Cisco CCNA certification in less than a week, even with zero IT background. My first thought is, that sounds too good to be true. Cisco is this massive foundational tech company, right? Let's take a look at what this is all about.
It does sound like an infomercial, but there's a lot of truth to it. And yes, Cisco is basically part of the internet's DNA. It started back in the 80s when two Stanford scientists figured out how to connect distant computers. They even named the company after San Francisco, just shortened it to Cisco. For years, their entry-level certifications were a confusing mess of different specialties.
Right, like you had to pick a path for routing or security or wireless right from the start.
Exactly. But in 2020, they changed the game. They retired all those old versions and created a single, unified certification, the CCNA 200 to 301. It's a massive shift. They basically took a dozen different specializations and folded them into one greatest hits version. For someone starting out, it means you don't have to guess which niche to pick anymore. You get the full foundation right away. It's no longer just about plugging in cables, it's about automation, security, and programmability.
So it's moved from a specialized maze to a unified gateway. But that brings up the big question: if it's this comprehensive, who is it actually for, and can someone without a tech degree even hope to pass?
That's the most interesting part. There are no formal prerequisites. You don't need a computer science degree. You just have to be at least 18 and have a basic understanding of how a PC works. It's explicitly designed for beginners and career starters.
So it's the main entry point for jobs like network administrator or help desk technician.
It is, but it's bigger than that now. Because Cisco equipment is used in almost every industry in every country, the certification acts like a universal passport. I've seen people in their 40s switch careers using this because it's less about your past and more about mastering this specific, high-demand skill set.
That makes sense.
And here's the aha moment for a lot of people. CCNA is the perfect follow-up to something like CompTIA Network Plus. Network Plus is great for theory. It tells you how times a network works conceptually, but the CCNA proves you can actually times run times one. It's the difference between knowing how a car engine works and being a certified Formula One mechanic.
That's a great way to put it. It's a powerful career reset button for many. But accessible doesn't mean easy. The exam itself is famously rigorous. Let's look at what it takes to actually cross the finish line.
It is definitely the final bosses of the process. You have 2 hours to answer between 100 and 120 questions. The passing score is roughly 82.5%, which is a high bar. And it covers everything from the fundamentals of IP connectivity to newer topics like introductions to AI and machine learning.
So how on earth do people get through that in a week?
It sounds impossible, but the method is all about intensity. It's a lecture lab review cycle. The secret is the labs. You aren't just reading slides. You are constantly configuring, troubleshooting, and building networks in a simulated environment. It becomes muscle memory. By the time you sit for the exam, your fingers almost know the commands before your brain finishes processing the question.
I see. So it's less about memorizing a textbook and more about hands-on practice under pressure.
Precisely. The exam isn't just testing what you know, it's testing how fast you can think and apply it. It's a 1-2-0-minute mental marathon. Many of these intensive programs even offer a safety net, like a guarantee where you can retake the course for free if you don't pass the first time.
So it's a mix of intense preparation and a built-in safety net. It's clear that while the technology has gotten more complex, the path to mastering it has actually become much more direct. If you had to boil it down, what are the key takeaways for someone considering this?
I'd say there are a few big ones. First, the new CCNA is a single, unified standard. You learn networking, security, and automation all in one go. Second, the barrier to entry is incredibly low, no degree needed, but the career ceiling is very high. Third, with the right intensive training, you really can go from zero to certified in a matter of days. And finally, remember the exam is a speed challenge. Success comes from hands-on lab practice, not just reading books. It's about doing, not just knowing.